I'm Trevor.
And I'm Nick.
Welcome to Nerdy Cinephiles.
Enjoy the file. What's up, guys? So today we just finished WandaVision, and this episode will serve as the season recap for it. And I'll just start off by saying this show, it was so good, but this is also a perfect example of what happens when fan theories go crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that we were, well, not promised, but a
Yeah,
lot
no,
of fans expected a lot of things. There's a little
yeah.
breadcrumb trail that we tried to follow, and yeah,
I
I
mean,
thought there'd be
that's our
more.
fault.
Yeah, I thought there'd be more. I just thought the wrap up was
Yeah.
kind of generic. I wasn't a fan, honestly.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna feel that way. Like just based on past experiences with you, I knew that's how you were gonna feel. And but I mean, I agree, but I don't I mean, especially coming off the back of Endgame, which is so crazy. I think fans just expected more, but at the same time, this is just so different from what we've had Marvel do in the past. And it's just I liked it a lot. Don't like this is probably one of my this is top 3, maybe or top 5 I'd say. Probably like Marvel content like out of all the movies
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Cuz this is technically the first show cuz all the other shows don't really aren't in continuity cuz especially now that we know that the book and throughout WandaVision is the Darkhold, and I guess that appears in Agents of Shield, and like Ghost Rider has it, and it looks different, and it's just different.
And that's the book
And
that was missing in Doctor Strange, presumably.
yeah, I'm not sure if they gave a name to that book, but yeah, that's the theory. Anyway, we didn't get that confirmed or anything yet, but the so that just confirms that all these shows aren't in continuity. Kevin Feige pretty much just destroyed Agents of Shield in one little book Easter egg. But
Yeah, just to get out of the way, since it's something I wanted to talk about, I wanted to know how you felt about the season finale.
yeah, so I mean, I liked it a lot. I'll be honest. I so out of all the cameos and Easter eggs that have been theorized, I 100% thought we were gonna get Doctor Strange, and like that he was in all the not all of the promotional stuff, but he was in some of the promotional like cast meetings and stuff, which is really weird that he was now looking back at it that he's not in the show at all. I 100% thought he was gonna be. Even up till the second post credit scene where she's in the cabin, I thought that's when he was gonna pop up, and then again he didn't. I
Yeah,
mean, he gets mentioned by Agatha. She's like, you're even more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, and that's about all we got for a Doctor Strange cameo. But
I just felt the whole
and
episode was like underwhelming.
yeah, but is it underwhelming because of what the show set up or because of what fans set up?
The show.
Really?
Yeah, I have my own theories and stuff, so I guess count myself as a fan. So I guess yes to both of your questions,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just felt, you know, I hmm, how do I want to put this? Not blame,
No.
but like I'm a little upset with Paul Bentley. I mean,
Mm. Oh,
he
with his troll.
his troll of saying, well, almost teasing we're gonna get some big actor,
Yeah.
uh, and it could have been anybody,
yeah.
someone he
I
dreamed of working with,
since he was a
but
kid.
yeah. And then he also said
I
there's gonna be an endgame style battle at the end, and
did he say that? I didn't
he
see
did,
that
yeah.
part, but
That was earlier, I believe, like second
mm.
or third episode. Tweeted or said in a conference about something like that. There's
I
gonna be
mean
some big battle.
that's a lot to put on a show. So that's definitely his fault, but
I mean,
I
maybe
can
he felt
maybe
his fight with himself as Vision
yeah,
was the fight,
and
but
like there was a few different fights going on. like the twins fought the army, you know, Monica Rambeau is in there helping, Scarlet Witch versus Agatha, and then maybe like all those different aspects. It kind of maybe alluded to Endgame because we got these just so many different fights going on at the same time. Maybe that's where he was coming at. But
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say Monica Rambeau helped. The most she
I
did
mean,
was get
she
shot
did.
at and have her powers activate. Not like she was trying to activate them,
Yeah.
just, fight or flight moment in her body, and,
Mm,
so she just
yeah,
kind of,
true. I mean,
she
she
really
did
just
save the
stood
twins'
there.
lives. I don't think the twins would have survived if she. I mean, they would have because they would have wrote. I mean, the story would have went on with them surviving no matter what happened. But theoretically, they would have died if she didn't do that.
I mean,
I
the
mean,
one kid,
Wiccan.
Wiccan,
Yeah, Wiccan. He did.
he
He
stopped
did
a
stop
bullet.
that bullet.
Probably could
But
have stopped more.
yeah, but I think she gave him time to react. I
I,
don't know.
I mean,
I'm playing devil's advocate,
yeah, that's perfectly
which
fine. And I'm
devil's
not trying to
advocate.
hate on it too much. It doesn't annoy me
Yeah,
as
no,
much as it does spark up questions because, I mean, yeah, it was nice she, like, jumped in front of the kids, she was willing to take a bullet, then her powers kicked in.
her powers looked really cool, by the way. I
They
mean,
did, yeah.
how the bullets moved through her body, it looked great. That was sick.
Yeah. But if she wasn't standing there and they just shot at the kids, I believe Wiccan would have, that's Tommy, right? Or is Tommy
Uh,
the speedster?
I think Tommy's the speedster.
Okay.
Billy's Wiccan.
Okay, yeah,
I
so,
believe.
yep.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, like, if it was just Tommy and Billy, then Billy would have, because the
Mm,
only time we saw his powers prior was him locating Vision,
yeah,
and then tripping up Tommy when he was running around in the Halloween episode.
yeah,
But we saw quite a bit of Tommy's speedster ability, so I was like, oh, cool, we get to see, Billy do
yeah,
something cool. But I mean, yeah, stopping a bullet, that's cool, but I was just like, kind of wish he did a little bit more. I mean,
yeah,
he did freeze all the guards,
yeah,
but
true.
I don't know. And weren't
They're
we?
gonna be cool down the line in future movies. They're gonna be cool.
Are they gonna be around though? Cause
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, we can talk about, or we can talk about it now. I mean, well, this
yeah,
can be the twins section of this review.
okay, I will talk about the
I mean,
twins.
so the twins, yeah. So the second post credit scene. Well, I mean, okay. So we'll start at the beginning. Okay, so they fight the cops or whatever, blah 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 blah, and then Wanda releases the hex to give time to the townspeople to run away, and
Yeah,
then they start disappearing, and then at that point, I'm like, oh shit, so they can't survive. I mean, we already knew Vision couldn't survive outside the hex, but for some reason, I thought the twins would have been manifested in a different way that they could have, but so we saw that they couldn't, and then I was like, okay. And then obviously she repaired the hex to save her family. And then, we get to the end where she realizes what she had done and she realizes she needs this to end and to take time to herself. So she slowly closed the hex, like reversing the hex.
yeah,
And they went to the house so they could go to bed and, go away peacefully, per se. Vision was also in that situation and they said their goodbyes and then it closed and blah, everyone was gone and the whole hex was gone. And then I was like, well, I mean, I just know they're coming back. There's no way they introduce them and just that's the end of it. But and
well,
then the second post credit scene, we see we hear their voices when she's reading the Darkhold and practicing all the magic and learning it. This is just a little throwaway, but in this so her body is like outside the cabin. She's just sitting and then she's walking around the house eating and stuff. And then
yeah,
she's also in the bedroom learning all this magic. That's just like Doctor Strange, like his astral form or whatever. But
Yeah.
when he leaves his body passes out, but she is so powerful that her body can still do like these little tasks while her astral form's learning all this magic.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I actually did not catch that.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was just like a cut to what she does in her day to day, and then
okay, I
I
see.
thought it
You
was
thought it
like a
was like a.
cut just because the way they
I mean, I
panned
guess it
over.
could have been, but
No, I think your idea is
I
the
mean,
correct one.
maybe.
I'd rather go with that one.
But anyway, yeah, back to the twins. I gave my little rundown, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, what
I
do you
just
think?
I don't know. It was nice to see them included.
Hmm.
In major stories, whenever Wanda like manipulates reality,
Hmm.
she usually has her kids, and it was nice to see them. They were pretty good for child actors. I liked them,
Oh yeah, definitely.
and I don't know. I would like to see them like not those kids. I'd like to see them aged up, like
Aged
around
up,
where
maybe.
Spider Man is, and Young
Yeah,
Avengers, and
yeah, like a teen.
yeah, teenage Speed and Wiccan,
Yeah,
and
I agree. They are young, but I don't. I mean,
they did good.
I
They did
don't.
good.
Maybe the act. I don't know how old the actors are themselves right now, but maybe they won't appear until the actors themselves age up, or they just recast them.
Eh, who knows
But
what
who?
Disney wants to do?
Yeah. But so yeah, so we hear their voices at the end. So obviously they live on somewhere. And I mean, in the comics, they whenever they've been around, it's always because of Mephisto. I mean, I know
Yeah,
Mephisto has been
which
theorized this whole fucking show, and we were supposed to see him in the final and whatever, all this stuff.
weren't we even like given a look at a Funko Pop of Mephisto, like from the
Yeah,
WandaVision
I
series?
did see that on Instagram, but I mean, obviously now it's fake, probably.
Yeah,
Who knows? I
I
mean, hey, him not showing up is a surprise in of its own. So
oh yeah, I was
that's the
just
thing about
waiting the
these
whole
fan
time to
theories.
see Mephisto, and then
Yeah,
once the second end credit scene rolled, I was like, "Is there a third?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"Did I miss something?" So I like tried like scooting back a little bit, and
Mm.
I didn't see anything, and I was like, "Huh, maybe she'll contact him through learning through that book,"
Yeah.
which is what my
So
new theory
obviously
is
they
now.
live on somewhere, but that I guess maybe they went to a different multiverse and she could hear them through the dimensions.
Or they're just in her
And it,
mind, because she did
yeah,
create them.
yeah. But they were like screaming hell. Who knows? I mean, that's for a different story, but back to WandaVision, I mean, I guess. And I guess we can talk about Mephisto for a little bit longer
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
because
I'd
he was
say,
such a big part in expectation.
yeah. I mean, we could just talk about our opinions as the season as a whole.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, so Mephisto, there was all these devil Easter eggs throughout the season. And I mean, it was definitely not a bad assumption to assume that he was gonna show up and he was behind everything. But I think I liked how it turned out more. I mean, because and then we kind of thought Agatha was behind it all. Well, originally we thought it was Scarlet and then Agatha and then Scarlet and then Agatha. Like they kept going back and forth. But and then at the end, so it was Scarlet Witch all along, and I love that, to be honest. I just love it when heroes are flawed and they kind of fuck up, and she's fucked up a lot, and I feel so bad for her. She Nothing has gone right for her, but I mean it's kind of her own doing, and but I know she doesn't understand her powers also,
Well, yeah, she just
and
found out that it's magic.
yeah, yeah.
She's like, oh, I could do
So
cool stuff, and didn't. Well, she
yeah,
knew she was like, manipulating Westview, but not entirely.
yeah. She
And
wasn't really aware because she just had that breakdown when she saw the lease or the plans for the house with to grow old envy with a heart. Like that was Vision. He was buying that house for them.
yeah, well, the foundation, and
Yeah.
then yeah,
So that's when she broke down and she just went crazy. I mean, it's chaos magic, so it kind of self-explanatory. It just had no control. It was just chaotic and she just exploded and created this world like subliminally.
yeah, and this also just it does set up well because well, it sets up well to the new Doctor Strange movie because
Yeah.
there have been rumors which they're saying that Wanda's going to be the villain in it, and I can
Yeah.
see that now because she has like the dark magic book, and that's the only
Mm.
thing she's learning from. So the only thing she's going to be actually able to learn and use is probably some pretty bad magic, as
Yeah,
far as like
exactly.
horrible consequences, chaos
Yeah.
magic, all that. And
Yeah,
then
that's a
Doctor
very good
Strange
point.
kind of has to reel her in, and
Yeah. And I think he will show up in Spider-Man. Here we go again, like predicting
uh,
cameos and stuff. But
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's the way
yeah, I
Marvel's
know.
been over the years, where with a lot of stuff, I mean, well, like with DC movies, a lot of cameos, I kind of roll my eyes at things. I mean, and Shazam, when Superman shows up in the post-credit scene, well, the stunt double.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, do you really need that? Because this movie isn't connecting to anything. It's not going anywhere. But
Yeah.
Marvel, everything's connected, and
Yeah.
the movies trained us to look for the post-credit. excuse me. Look for the post-credit scenes
Yeah.
because that's going to set up the next iteration or something. Which I guess they did with the whole scroll thing, but
I know, and we saw that in Far From Home also.
yeah, and Far From
The two
Home,
scrolls. I mean, I
which
guess we are leading up to Scroll Invasion or
Secret Invasion, yeah.
Secret Invasion.
But I
I
don't
mean,
care about the
yeah.
scroll because that was in a horrible movie that should
You
probably
didn't
be
even
taken down.
finish. You didn't even finish it, which
Yeah,
you
because it's
should
bad.
eventually,
I
because you don't even know really about the scrolls.
I don't care about the scrolls.
I well, it's you
Well,
don't care about them because you don't know
I okay.
really.
Well, the scrolls in the comics are pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I don't care about Captain Marvel. Hashtag not my Captain Marvel. Just
Oh, here we go.
bad, blank faced, and I just was expecting something more in the post credit scene.
Yep.
I wanted
I
like
mean,
Doctor Strange, and my wild, yeah, my wild theory was based off Paul Bentley saying, "Oh, I'm going to be working with someone I dreamed of working with since I was a kid."
yep.
I don't care if it's not set in the, main universe. I would have just loved to see Patrick Stewart as Professor X or Magneto
I know.
eh, or
But
Celia McKellen and
to be like
that was so
to be
sad.
rational about it, did you really expect to see Magneto though? I know we
No,
all wanted to, but
no. Um
was it realistic to expect it? I don't
it
know.
was a possibility until they
I
did the
mean, it's always a
flashback where they
possibility.
showed Wanda's father.
Well, I mean, I think we always knew her parents in this universe aren't Magneto and whatever.
But we never met them until this movie. I mean,
Yeah, I
show.
know, but just because like they never existed, I they would have existed by now, and I don't know.
Who
It's
knows?
just, yeah. But I mean, to continue about the X-Men thing, the whole Quicksilver,
Yeah.
his, I mean,
Uh,
his ending was also kind of disappointing. I mean, the whole Ralph thing, we thinking Ralph is Mephisto, because witches and devils go hand in hand and all this shit.
yeah.
But and then at the end, we see that Agatha was just living in Ralph's house, and Ralph was Quicksilver. Or well, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Ralph.
Evan
Yeah,
Peters.
Evan Peters. Yeah,
Um I don't know. I just feel again just very underwhelmed. Uh the way they kind of ended like it's like, "Oh, like that's Ralph." I mean, if it wasn't Mephisto, I don't think anybody would care if we just never explored who Ralph was.
yeah,
Because you could let fans say, "Oh, they didn't show who Ralph actually was, so it's got to be
yeah. I
Mephisto."
didn't. I didn't
Which,
think about that. I agree.
and if, they could have just swept it under the rug. I think they just put that in there just to tell people, like, hey, he's not Mephisto. because
Yeah.
that's like one of the bigger theories going out.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was nice to see Evan Peters as Quicksilver.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome in
Either
the
way, Marvel
roles.
did good doing this.
Yeah,
I
in
mean, now
the
we know that we just can't get him in the future. I mean, I guess we could, but it wouldn't be the same
again,
to get
my
him in the
theory,
future.
another
But
theory I have is some people have something in their DNA that when they're
yeah,
exposed to the Mind Stone, it activates a mutant gene, so he
yep.
could be Quicksilver in the future. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just I just want the X-Men in the MCU since we
And
lost them in
I did
Fox.
watch a quick Easter egg thing, or not Easter egg, but just a theory review. And so you know how when Monica was in his room with him, and she found the headshot with that says Ralph on it, Ralph Boner.
Yeah, give a little chuckle with
So
the boner.
I mean, I saw a thing where it's like, I mean, that picture is weird. Like, why would he just have a big picture with Ralph his name under it? So I mean, it was a theory that that was the witness protection program guy. I mean, not that it matters, not that it's any significant, but you know how like Jimmy was looking for a witness protection guy in Westview,
Yeah,
and now that it was like it's theorized that it was Ralph. So I don't know.
yeah,
Not
could
that
be.
that makes any
I was
much
gonna
of a
say, yeah,
difference,
it could
but
be either way. It
it's
doesn't
just a
really.
little bit of a cut, just a little bit more of a continuity thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I want them to put more Jimmy Woo in things.
Oh, Jimmy's great.
He's,
I
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of things where people want him, Monica, and Darcy to have their show together, and they can be like a little trio.
Yeah, like an
And
X Files type
yeah,
thing.
like an
Yeah,
X-Files thing. That would be cool.
yeah,
Yeah, Jimmy's great. I think we'll definitely get more of him now that after like they see how popular he is.
yeah. I could see that happening. Definitely he'll be having a lot of cameos.
Yeah, he's just an FBI guy, so he could literally be in everything.
Yeah, I could see him popping up in Spider Man.
Yeah, I
Just a
mean,
quick
yeah,
cameo
I
for
mean, who
that.
knows?
But yeah,
And
so
then
oh, go ahead.
yeah, there's just so much to unpack here, but I'll just cover the scroll post credit thing again. So like I can't. So she's just there, and I'm like, okay, so this post credit scene's gonna be about Monica, and then the FBI agent comes up to her. She's like, they want to speak to you, and I'm like, oh, so who's this gonna be? Is it Doctor Strange? No, that wouldn't make sense. Is it
Nick
Mephisto?
Fury.
No, that wouldn't make sense. Is it Mr. Fantastic? Maybe. I doubt it though at this point. No. And then I
Uh,
did think it was Nick Fury, but obviously when she got down there and that girl was walking down the stairs, I'm like, oh yeah, this is the scroll. And then she shifted into the scroll. I'm like, oh yeah, obviously. And then she's like, they want to talk to you up there. And like she points up to the sky, which is the space and like the big spaceship with that Nick Fury's on.
yeah, she's gonna be doing her own space
Yeah,
stuff
so
with.
she is gonna go. Nick Fury wants to talk to her, so that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like a Monica Rambeau movie by herself, but they're gonna pair her with some
Yeah,
other
I mean,
hero that. Eh.
oh my god, here. I
No,
mean,
no,
and
no,
Miss
not doing it.
Miss Marvel is gonna be in it too. I think that movie is gonna be really cool.
Yeah,
Nick Fury is obviously gonna be in it again. Monica, Miss. I'm really interested to see how they do Miss Marvel. I mean, she hasn't been my favorite character ever throughout comics and all that, but
I
she's pretty
don't.
cool.
Yeah, I don't care for the character at all.
She got
She's not
the
bad. She's not bad at
yeah.
all. It's
No,
just
I know.
she's just like a stretchy person. I don't like Reed Richards because of his
She's
stretchy
not
power.
really.
I like his
Yeah,
gadget.
she
I
is
like,
stretchy. But
yeah, I like his
she's
gadgets.
stretchy in a different way, though.
Yeah, she can like manipulate her size and stuff. And
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I mean, unless it's a character I really care about, I don't really have
I
too
really
much
like
excitement.
Monica though.
I don't have too much excitement for like an origin story.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll probably watch it because there's going to be something that alludes to something else.
But
happening
you
in
know another
Marvel.
thing though I've been thinking about for Captain Marvel, like I
Uh,
think the two appearances she's been in, they've just kind of had different feels, and I don't think they fully know where they want to go with her yet. And I think we'll see in this movie a lot more consistency and a lot better character development for her. I think she's going to be a lot better. And
yeah.
I know you don't like her for the actress, but at least for character wise, I think she'll be a lot better.
Yeah, I'd also be fine if, she gets out of there and they pass the torch to Monica Rambeau or Miss Marvel. Just get her out. Her
Oh
in
Lord.
Endgame was just they made her too powerful. Like
I
so
mean
powerful
that's
that I mean, yeah, she is a powerful being, but like so is Thor, but they're able to,
mm,
slowly build him up. But as soon as that person shows up in Endgame, she just like devastates everything, which yeah, cool, but she was so strong that they had to keep her out of
yeah.
75% of the movie.
I mean that's also Superman though. You know what I mean?
But they're able to scale him and, kick him back a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
But I
don't
mean
know.
Marvel hasn't had a character like that.
Yeah, which is why they shouldn't introduce a character like Sentry.
Yeah, oh my god, they would be.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
yeah, like I've seen Kevin Feige and like all these in the Russo brothers, they're like there's two characters in Endgame that could have beat Thanos by themselves. Captain Marvel, obviously,
And then Wanda.
and then Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
I don't know.
obviously Scarlet wasn't fully developed then. She's just a noob. Even then she could have. Like that's how crazy powerful she's awesome. She's easily top 3 of my favorite Marvel characters now
I mean, one thing I will say is
in this show at
I
least.
hope she drops the Russian accent completely.
It's not Russian. It's
Sokovian, yeah.
I
But
know I'm
whatever
calling
it
it
is,
like
it's just I don't know. I was okay with it because that's what we were introduced. It was bad in Age of Ultron. It was really heavy, and I was not a fan
it's
because she
so
couldn't pull it off as well. But she's able to do like the '50s accent, like different pitch and tone for like each era of television, and it sounds great. She's awesome, and they
yeah,
alluded
she's
to
a
like,
great
oh, why don't
actress.
you have your accent a few times in the show? But I hope she kind of just you know like, oh, this is something
Yeah.
I kind of picked up while I was in the hex that long, so
Yeah. I
this
mean,
is me
like
now, which I'm fine. But you don't need any explanation. Just maybe a comment here and
yeah.
there from like Avengers that met her prior, like, oh, what happened to your accent? But other than that, I hope she just uses her natural voice because it's a lot better.
Oh, I mean, yeah, she's a great actress, but Eastern European like accents or Russian accents, they are over the top naturally, and they are weird. And when a person that's not from there speaks it, it is kind of off-putting. I've never been off-putted by it though. I don't know.
There,
It is
it
it
was
is,
only
it
in
is
Age of Ultron.
unnecessary.
It was only in Age of Ultron because it was
But
a little too much.
yeah.
But
But
that's just me being nitpicky.
they set up this thing where she watches these sitcoms and as a child and that's how they learned English. So I think they set it up so that she doesn't have to do that accent anymore because weirdly enough a big part of the show and a lot of callbacks were about her accent like oh it's really off and on it really comes and goes. I think they really set it up so that she doesn't have to do it anymore. I think that's the only reason they put all that stuff in so that she doesn't have to use that accent anymore.
Yeah, I'm fine. I mean, fine with it for the
And as
most
far as
part.
accents go, you love Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy is he he's a connoisseur of accents.
Yeah, why don't we leave him out of this?
I mean, I'm just saying you're
No,
kind of inconsistent here, but
no. Okay, a better example would be Michael Fassbender
okay.
because he actually could speak like four different languages fluently.
Mm-hmm.
So get off my back, leave my actors out of this.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, not gonna get
But
into it.
yeah, I mean, so yeah, just this show in general, I liked. I mean, the first episode was kind of but I'm not ever judging a show by the first episode. And but I liked it artistically. Like it was sick that they did this, and I can see how they needed a show to do it and not like a movie. I mean, it just works better like episodically for as far as the decades go based on the sitcoms.
Yeah,
But the show just kept getting better and better and better, and the only time it probably went down was the finale. I guess if you want to say that at all. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, looking back at the series as a whole, I
yeah,
definitely just enjoyed watching her act out different eras of television.
yeah.
And
She,
I
her,
that was what I liked the most. And then, it was nice to see like, oh, they're building up to something, and then we finally get to it, and it's it. I have no opinion on it really. I mean, it happened. Okay,
yeah.
move on to the next thing.
So here, I'll ask you this. So, what's your favorite performance? What's your favorite aspect of the plot, or like art wise, or like anything like cinematically, like just technically? And then, what's your favorite episode?
Uh, I don't know about favorite episode. Uh, maybe like the first two. I liked
Mm-hmm.
when, you know, again, they just played it off
You were,
as, I Love Lucy type episode.
mm,
And then, you kind of notice, oh, she's aware that she has powers and Vision's trying to hide himself from being a robot. I like that concept a lot. And they acted, Paul Bentley and, well, actually everyone was like perfect in it.
mm,
And yeah, that's what I enjoyed. I even, just for my own personal reasons, I like the episode where they did like I'm not sure if I want to call it a parody, but an iteration of Malcolm in the Middle, which was
oh
a
yeah,
Halloween episode. That might be my favorite one because that's where Vision starts piecing things together. We get to
yeah.
see more of the kids. We get more Pietro. Um, Wanda's in control, but she's kind of losing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just shot like Malcolm in the Middle, which I love. I loved as a kid and still love now. Um, So yeah, I guess the Halloween one might be my favorite. The it always I don't know, the last two episodes were very underwhelming for me to the point where I'm looking back and I would have been fine if this was an even smaller series
Mm-hmm.
and it gets introduced to like the whole reason why it's happening in another movie or another show kind of in the background or at least as a secondary plot.
Yep.
So, because nothing really happened or matters too much. I mean, Wanda discovers that she's the Scarlet Witch, and she's going to be reading up on how to, better use her powers. And yeah, see you next time, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I definitely agree about the episode. I think episode 6 was the Halloween one. I think that was easily my favorite too. It was just cool to see the comic accurate costumes, and the storyline throughout it was good too. Wanda like trying to navigate how who this new who her brother is, and all the callbacks, and then Vision kind of coming to his own.
Yeah, piecing things together.
But yeah, this show is great artistically. Like, I mean, I Love Lucy is one of my favorite shows of all time. So it was really cool to see references to that. I mean, I didn't expect that, to be honest. But just that was an added bonus. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen did amazing. It was one of the best acting performances in the MCU so far.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it's definitely up there.
yeah, and
Top five for sure.
I mean, the storyline was just great in the show. I mean, the writing. I mean, I know we didn't get the payoffs we all wanted. I think they definitely could have spaced out the payoffs or the developments in episode 8 and 9. The last two episodes, they could have spaced it out more so that we could have got more. But at the end of episode 8, going into 9, I just knew that we weren't going to get as much as we thought because they would have just been so much to drop on us in the last episode, which would have been fine. I mean, I don't care.
I mean, we've
But I
had
know,
stuff like
like,
that before in the MCU. So,
yeah, I just know that's a big no-no. So they're not gonna jam pack this episode full of, and it was only like what 40 minutes. They're not gonna jam pack it full of these reveals every 5 minutes.
yeah. And
It might have got
weren't we also
repetitive, but
like not promised, but we were like told by like somebody on the not Paul Bentley, but like someone like a director or something that the last 3 episodes were supposedly like an hour long.
an hour. Yeah, I
They
mean,
were all short, even 45 minutes. I was like,
yeah,
it went by
it
really
it really
fast,
was. It did.
really fast,
Yeah,
and
I
not a
can't believe
lot
it's
went on.
over.
Yeah.
Can you like just think about it? We're already done WandaVision.
Well, we have Falcon and Winter Soldier to look forward to, which
Yeah, facts.
I don't care about it. It's
Yeah,
just gonna
same.
I'm just gonna shut my brain off and
You know what? I'm surprised you said that, but
well, I don't really care for either character. I mean,
yeah,
without
I
Captain
fully
America, I
agree.
don't care about Bucky because I liked in Winter Soldier their relationship and then also Civil War.
Mm.
Um, yeah, I like Chris Evans and Sebastian Stan together. But him and Anthony Mackie, it's I mean, I'm gonna take the show for what it is. It's gonna be a buddy cop film. Uh,
Action packed.
yeah,
Maybe not packed to the brim, but every episode there might be like a cool little action scene.
yeah,
But yeah, I agree about turning your brain off and just watching it for
yeah,
just the
and
action.
pick up on cameos here and there.
Yeah,
See
I
what's
don't think
what.
there will be
Well,
much.
not cameos, but at least references to other things that happen or
Oh
are
yeah, no,
happening. So
yeah, for sure. I don't think there's gonna be much setup in this show for future stuff. I think it's more about wrapping up the Captain America storyline and like who's gonna take over. That's all this is about,
well, it
really.
might not be completely wrapping up because Chris Evans is, I guess, in talks to reprising his role.
Mm,
So
who knows? I kind of wish it would just. I mean, it's weird that he's
yeah.
still alive, but he's just wicked old. So it is not like a really good payoff. But if he was dead, I mean, I don't know.
Well, no, he is dead. He's not
Well,
really
he's
old, and no, he's that the old Cap is from a different timeline, different.
well technically, but and then he merged to the same one because it's in the same universe.
No, no, they said that he's from a different one, so he went back in time to drop it off, and then he went back again after he dropped off the shield.
They didn't show that on camera though, so
But that's what I believe Kevin Feige said, or somebody who was
well until they
on.
until they explain that in a movie, they can't
I
expect
don't
us
know.
to know
He's gone.
think
Either
that.
way, he's gone. I don't care.
Well, hopefully. I mean, it. I don't know,
Yeah, I don't know. Him and Iron Man are
but yeah,
gone. Once Chris Hemsworth leaves, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, let's see what these new guys can do.
but yeah, I'm watching that movie or that show for one reason. Can you guess?
Baron Zemo and his mask.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a sucker for Mass, and he is a good. I think he's the what should I say without being bullied for saying this?
Just say
I
it.
have to
Who cares if you're
think
bullied?
about it
I
real
bully
quick.
you all the
He's
time.
my second. He's the I'm not gonna say he's my second favorite, but he's the second best Marvel villain.
Who's the first?
I mean Thanos. You can't really.
You put Baron Zemo above Killmonger?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, what did Killmonger do? Honestly, he didn't really do shit
He took over Wakanda for a bit.
for like a week or two.
Yeah, but he beat the crap out of what did Baron Zemo do?
He turned the whole Avengers against each other.
He turned Captain America and
He made the whole
Iron
world
Man.
hate them.
Well, they already. He didn't make the whole world hate them.
Yeah, well, that's the whole reason for the Sokovian Accords, like to so that
But Baron Zemo didn't
heroes.
do that. The Avengers did it themselves. It's not like,
Yeah,
when
but he
Wanda
was
blew up,
exploiting it.
which, anybody else could have done.
Yeah, but they didn't. He did.
So he got to it first, so he's better. No, I still think Killmonger's better.
I don't see how. I mean, just on a scale of actually doing something detrimental to the heroes in this case, he did the. He's just a dude. He's just a Sokovian dude, and he fucked up the whole Avengers pretty much. He's the reason for Civil War. I mean, maybe not 100%, but if he wasn't there, it wouldn't have happened
Yeah, but
the
I
way
wouldn't
it
even.
did.
Still, he really just affected Iron Man. The other Avengers, even when they were fighting, they weren't really trying. They're just like,
But he's kind of the reason Captain America had to go into hiding, and he also showed Iron Man what like who killed his parents. Like he turned Iron Man against Winter Soldier, and like now Winter Soldier is fucked, and now we're gonna see him further get fucked by Zemo. I mean, obviously Zemo's
yeah.
probably gonna get defeated in this show because that's just the way it's gonna be. I mean,
I
it
mean,
has to be that way.
he could have
I
done
don't
it
think
a
they're.
lot easier, though. He could have just sent a video to Tony and sent that video to Tony of his parents being killed and be like, ask Cap about this.
I mean, he ruined their friendship for a long time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Tony's a brat. He.
I just Zemo has
I don't
done the
agree with you.
most. Zemo has. I mean, just I don't know how they're how you can disagree. I don't know how anyone. This is just facts.
I
Like he's done the most to the Avengers besides Thanos.
to again, I don't think it affected any of the Avengers aside from. I mean, the biggest thing he did was probably blowing up the embassy meeting and made Black Panther pissed off at Bucky. That's it.
And Hawkeye ended up in jail, and War Machine got paralyzed. I know these aren't directly, but it's indirectly, and that's his whole like thing is just to meddle and mess with them so that they do the work for him.
Uh,
He's just a guy, so he needs the superheroes just to turn on each other.
well, yeah. Well, you're entitled to your opinion, I guess, even if it's wrong
Uh,
and dumb.
I don't know if
And
it's an opinion.
oh, it's an opinion.
I just don't until I'm see facts of any other hero doing as much as he did.
You just watch Black Panther.
Okay, you know what? Okay, Zemo is third, and Iron Man is the second worst MCU villain, or maybe even first.
Worst or best?
Best, well, best, I guess. Well,
Oh,
I mean, villains are bad, so I mean, worst works, but best villain, yeah. Okay.
no.
Because
I still put Killmonger above.
Iron
Uh,
Man has created all of his own villains. He's the reason for what? Ultron.
he's a narcissistic crybaby.
He's the reason
That's what
for
he is.
Mysterio.
That's
Iron Man, he's the king of villains.
well, yeah. He's the one who got Thanos,
Yep. So
interested.
okay, so Iron Man, Thanos, Zemo. Okay.
Killmonger, and then Zemo.
Killmonger seventh.
Seventh. Seventh.
No, okay, fourth. I haven't put it much into thought past three.
I might
Can't
even
even
go as
think of.
far as saying Hela's better than
I
Zemo.
mean, see, the only thing she affected was Asgard.
Yeah. She was the reason the whole civilization was destroyed. I know that
Yeah,
Surtur actually dealt the
but
killing blow, but
that literally only affects Thor, though.
okay, the whole I don't
Do you know what I mean, though?
I know
And
what you
Zemo
mean.
literally.
I don't really agree with it though. I mean, yeah, just he I don't know. He didn't have a good plan. I'm just gonna get everyone
All
upset with
right,
each
all
other and
right,
then
all
see
right.
how it
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. This has gotten away from
I don't care.
WandaVision.
I don't care
But yeah,
because you're
well,
wrong and your
I mean, we
opinion is
could do
bad.
another episode on it,
I don't care.
ranking MCU
We don't need to
villains.
because we're done. You're wrong. I'm right.
Oh,
The end.
here we go. Here we
That's
go.
it. Killmonger's above. Hell is above. I will put.
Oh my God, Hella
Let's
hasn't done
see.
shit.
Mysterio is better than him. Let's see.
Mysterio literally only affected. Well, I mean, he fucked Spider-Man up pretty hard, but literally, it's only Spider-Man still.
Okay.
And
Well,
you know how I feel about Jake Gyllenhaal's my second favorite actor,
yeah,
and
yeah, sure. No, it's
Mysterio's my favorite
no.
Marvel villain.
We'll get back to
If we're going on
WandaVision.
favorite Marvel villain, Mysterio's my
No,
favorite.
no, no, no. We'll go back to WandaVision and just make it known that you hate Jake Gyllenhaal's
You
performance as Mysterio. I mean,
you slut.
I'm pretty sure that Jake will be fine. Just knowing that you hate him and all of his work, and you
Here we
wish
go.
he wasn't Mysterio. You wish
Here we
Danny
go. Here
DeVito
we
was
go.
cast instead of him. So
What are you trying to say about Danny DeVito?
that he's an amazing actor. Recast him as Penguin
Yeah, so why would that hurt Jake Gyllenhaal's feelings if a great actor stepped in?
because he doesn't get money, and you're taking food away from him and his
I'm pretty
family.
sure Jake has enough money.
How you don't know that? You don't know his bank account?
I think I do.
I mean, I personally love Jake Gyllenhaal. Enemy's a
Yeah,
fantastic movie, but it's
he's
sad
the
that you
goat.
hate him. I mean,
Oh, Harry,
that's fine. We'll go back to
lordy, lordy,
WandaVision.
lordy.
Yeah, get away from your hate of Jake Gyllenhaal.
My only Marvel Funko Pop is Mysterio. Okay,
Yeah, but
I
that's a
don't know.
comic version. That's not Jake Gyllenhaal's.
No,
So,
it is. It is. It's Far From Home
yep,
one.
yep, sure. Say
Yep,
whatever, just because you're being recorded.
he literally is.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'll post it on our OnlyFans and expose you.
Yeah. So WandaVision was I'd
Yeah,
give
so
this series
WandaVision
like a
was
7 out of 10
okay. Yeah, what are we scaling on in reference as a show, or in reference to all the other Marvel movies?
as a show, just as its own, because it really is at this point standalone.
Okay, so as its own. I
Yeah,
mean,
seven out of
am I
ten.
doing unbiasedly or biasedly? See, when it comes to rankings, I just have to
That's
know
just
the
where
scale.
the last 2 episodes I really didn't care for, because before the finale, I was like, okay, well that episode was
Yeah.
boring, but it's gonna set up to something awesome, and then the finale was passable. I was bored the whole time.
So
I
are you ranking it personally, or like un unbiasedly, just like in general?
I mean, I'm
As
just
in
going on
not
my opinion on just the whole show. The
oh,
last
okay.
2 episodes I did not like and didn't really care
Okay.
because the only
So
thing was showing that Agatha was a witch, which I already had a hunch, and she was behind things. And
which it's really cool how Wanda stopped imprisoned her. Like she just made her the character
yeah,
she was playing the whole time.
yeah, the nosy neighbor.
But she doesn't need to be in the Hex. She'll always be in Westview, like as that. So whenever Wanda wants her, which we know in the comics that Agatha is like not always bad, she's good sometimes. So
Which is why she said, like, you can't
yeah,
control this magic. You're gonna need my help sometime, and yeah, we'll be
yeah,
seeing her again for sure.
oh yeah, which is cool. She's a great actress. She's really funny too, and she's cool. But yeah, so if okay, so on a personal level, if to rank this show, if The Walking Dead for me is a 10, WandaVision is, I mean, it's only one season and one season only, so that's also a different aspect. It's more of a limited series.
Compare it to Watchmen,
Ooh, that's a
because
good
that's
one.
a one and done series.
Okay, well, on a personal level, like biasly favorites, if Watchmen is a, I mean, Watchmen is a 10. I'll say it.
Yeah, I'd
Such
say
a
that
good
too.
show. I loved it way more than I thought it was gonna. I mean, they did so good. So if that's a 10, WandaVision is a. What'd you say, 6?
I said 7.
Fuck. Fine. I'll say. I feel like 8 is too high. Eight's. I want to say 7, but it's. I don't want to be the same. Fuck it.
I
I'll
mean,
say 8. Whatever.
yeah,
I mean,
because I'm
it's
right.
good. It's just. I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
just
it's
because
good.
I'm
I
right.
wanted.
So
I can't deny the fact that I waited all week to watch it, and it was the first thing I watched when I woke up Friday morning, and I was dying and itching for the next episode every week, so I can't deny that. So yeah, it's easily an 8. What am I thinking about?
yeah, I didn't have that.
I
I
haven't
was
been this
excited for it, but I
excited for a
wasn't
show.
as.
Yeah.
I mean, I was that way with The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Well, I guess I was excited for WandaVision more. Just because I like superheroes more than Star Wars, I guess, if I had to choose.
I mean, yeah, I'd say the same, but I like.
I know you
I
like Star Wars more
I
than
like.
I do, though.
Yeah, I like Mandalorians. Uh, Even just the concept of them, I like them more than I
Yeah.
do about Wanda. I don't really care for Wanda unless there's a mutant
Okay.
storyline attached to it.
Okay.
I just
So I
want I
guess
just want House of M, which I guess this is what we got. So
yeah. So I
that's also
guess
why I'm
that is where
underwhelmed.
we differ then, because I do love Wanda. She was always up there for one of my favorite characters, but this show just made it even more so.
I mean,
Just because I
as an
love
actress,
anti-heroes.
or
Oh,
like, are you going based
both.
on the comics?
Oh, as a character and an actress.
Yeah, like, or which one are you basing your like off of? Because I'm mainly going off of the comics. Because
Oh, well, I try to.
I
I
didn't really
mean,
care for Wanda
I know. I
at
mean,
all until this series.
the MCU hasn't been that comic accurate. They've really been their own storyline and own interpretations of these characters. Obviously, since X-Men and stuff don't exist, so some things have to differ and stuff. But I really like how Wanda is in this.
Yeah, she was
I
she
don't
was
like
awesome in this.
Marvel.
She was
I
great.
don't like Marvel comics in general.
I'm not a huge fan of them,
They kind of
as compared to
they're
DC comics, but
yeah, the comics are just kind of weird, but
I've read the bigger comics like Civil War and House of
yeah.
M, like Days of Future Past,
Yeah, that's fair. I've only really ever
Dark
read
Phoenix.
Spider-Man stories, which are the best Marvel stories. I mean,
Yeah, I just looked up like the best, stories. I don't like single issues that much. I like graphic
yeah,
novels, so it's all right there, start to
yeah,
finish.
facts.
If not, if it doesn't wrap up by that one, then I just buy the next one, and
Yeah.
it's. But yeah, I really don't care. I mean, my opinion on not, and it's nothing to do with Elizabeth Olsen, because she's fantastic, but just the character itself, I'm glad we got to see more out of her, more range, and just more
Yeah.
depth. But it doesn't really sway my opinion. I still care. I still don't care that much about Wanda unless she's attached to mutants or the X
I
Men.
mean, I can't argue that. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, I understand.
I was just
I
hoping we
love
get like, I mean, yeah, we got Evan Peters. That was a cool cameo, but I wanted something a little more,
yeah,
like a main member. Like if we had Cyclops pop up, or
yeah.
Well,
That
not
was
Hugh
never gonna
Jackman.
happen. I
Hugh
don't
Jackman
think.
would never happen. Which I'm hoping
Yeah.
he shows up in the new Deadpool movie, at least in a small cameo or something, or a nod.
Yeah. Who knows?
But yeah, I've always liked the X Men more than the Avengers.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that's generally. I mean, the movies really ruined that for a lot of people, but yeah,
yeah,
no,
and I can go on a whole rant about how they picked a perfect cast for younger iterations, and then
they did do really good.
the script was just, it was, they have fantastic
But
moments, but yeah,
they've never gotten Rogue right, which you know how that much means to me.
yeah, I don't know. You're like fast. I don't really understand your fascination
Well,
with
then
Rogue that much, but
the TV show, that was like my shit as a kid. I
yeah,
mean,
that
I
was. I mean,
watched
that
a
was.
lot of TV shows, but
But yeah, no, that one was. Yeah, the animated one was awesome. I even
yeah,
rewatched that not too long ago.
I loved Rogue in that show, and I, I don't know, I just love Rogue.
Yeah,
She's one of the I just love these characters where they're not perfect, and I know that goes along with a lot of X-Men, but she really like struggles and like I don't know. I just like these
Oh,
like
what? Because
same
she
with
can't touch
Scarlet Witch.
anybody? Oh, so sad.
Well, that's in the movies.
And a lot of stuff in the comics, but yeah, she's just a
Yeah.
sad girl. Can't
I
touch
yeah, and I
anybody.
just like these characters where they're more not heroes, but they're anti-heroes. They're not bad on purpose. They just it's just how it is. They're kind of neutral almost. Like Scarlet Witch, she started off a villain, which I that's just I just love shit like that. I just don't like characters like Captain. I mean, I like Captain America. I'm not saying I hate all these other characters.
So you hate
That's
Superman, is
what.
what I'm hearing. You hate
Well,
Boy
that
Scout
I don't.
Superman.
No, I'm not saying I hate anything. That's why I love Batman, and that's why I love Scarlet Witch, and that's why I love Spider-Man. Even everyone hates him, like in comic books, like the New York City J. Jonah Jameson. Everyone just hates him, and he's not always the perfect hero because he fucks up a lot sometimes, and I just love that in a character.
Yeah, that's
It
obviously
just gives it just
more
gives a
depth. Yeah,
character more depth. Yeah,
yeah, it's more depth for the character and
yeah.
opens up to a whole bunch of different storylines, which is always great.
Yeah. And
But
then we didn't talk about Vision that much, but I mean, what can you really say more than
I mean, I'm
I mean
still thinking
he's
that he's gonna merge, like that. We're gonna see Vision again because he. I
yeah,
was my theory was that they were gonna merge together, and they did. Hex Vision put all of his memories into
yeah,
which
into the White Vision.
I didn't really like that part of like the way they did it. I kind of
Yeah.
wish they just actually fused together, like both phased into each other, and
Yeah.
the personality of Vision could live as long as he's inside the shell of the real body, like that kind of
Yep.
deal. And that'd be kind of cool if they're like, in a future fight scene, they could both split out for a quick second and do like a
Oh,
combo attack
facts.
and then go back
Like
together.
like what am I thinking of? Or I'm thinking of Firestorm, but that doesn't really.
No.
He's just an
Yeah,
old
but
guy and then
yeah.
but yeah, no, so White Vision lives on. He flies away, so I don't know when they're gonna wrap up his story.
Yeah.
Maybe in Multiverse of Madness, but I feel like they're already doing enough in that movie to
I just didn't like how it was as simple as like plugging in a USB to a computer. And then
yeah, and giving them the memories.
it's like, oh, you don't have the memories here. Let me download them to you. Okay, you
But it
got them.
wasn't
Cool. All
it
right, see
wasn't
ya.
that straightforward. So he was programmed to take out Vision to kill Vision.
Yeah,
But and then the real Vision or our Vision, with the Mind Stone or whatever, he was like, "Yo, bitch, I'm not even really the Vision. Like you're probably more Vision than I am, but even if not, we're both not Vision." I kind of liked the mind games just because Vision's supposed to be this really smart character and all this, but so I dig that. I mean, it was a cool little because obviously they weren't gonna kill each other. They're both like pretty much invincible. But
yeah. I mean, again, I knew they were gonna merge. I didn't like the way they did it, but Paul Bentley was better acting as a human, hiding that he was a robot. But he did very well this whole season. Nothing against him, or
oh no,
I have
Paul
no
Bettany's great.
yeah.
His human when he was a human, his scenes were well. I mean, it just because he had more depth. He was great. Paul Bettany's great.
Oh yeah.
Vision's
Uh,
a great character too, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're just getting repetitive at this point, but
exactly. Yeah. I was gonna say, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I mean,
So yeah, what you
I'm
ranked it at 8 out of 10? I'm with 7.
yeah, in terms of favoritism,
Yeah, just overall appeal as well.
yeah.
All right,
I mean,
well,
hey, I'm sad it's over, and I guess the next project I'm looking forward to is Spider-Man. I mean, holy fuck, I'm so excited for that movie.
yeah, I I'm not getting my hopes up for that, especially like
Yeah,
all the theories that I thought and was getting excited about on WandaVision.
yeah,
I just now want to forget
yeah,
about Spider-Man and then just see a trailer on
yeah,
TV and be like, "Oh, that's coming out cool."
yeah. I need to be more. I mean, I've always not wanted to watch theory videos, but I can't help it. I'm a big fucking nerd, and I want to know.
I
And
do
it's just
too,
cool to
but
see
I
because they pretty much make up their own storylines, and we get to live it through these fan videos explaining it.
yeah.
And then obviously, so I'm glad it didn't ruin WandaVision for me. I mean, the way WandaVision turned out, it was still a surprise at every corner. I mean, I didn't expect a lot of it.
Yeah, they had a
So
lot
the
of
fan,
surprises and
yeah,
fan
and if the fan
service.
theories came true, I would have expected it. So maybe it wouldn't even been that good anyway. But yeah, so I need to probably stay away from it more. But
Yeah, at
I know I
times,
won't
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, it's always nice that,
to
people
go
on the
into
internet,
something.
yeah, aren't
Yeah,
always spoiling everything. But maybe they could have had a different, like, character introduction, or,
yeah,
aside from Mephisto, it could have been Nightmare, or, even Morbius
yeah.
or something like, or I
Which
don't know, not Morbius, but
we're supposed to see in Multiverse of Madness.
yeah.
Well,
So
that's the theory, at least, that
it could have
Nightmare
been
is going to be the big
somebody,
bad.
and like I would have been fine if they did like went a different avenue and picked
Yeah,
somebody else to fill what the people were theorizing,
yeah.
rather than giving us nothing. It's like, okay, well, we got a scroll,
Uh-huh.
and I don't care about the scrolls because they started off in a bad movie and
Oh
it was a
my
horrible
god.
film.
But
And
hey, we could still get Mephisto down the line and find out that he was in this story anyway.
I think
Like,
that Wanda's gonna
cause
be able to contact him through the book. That's what I'm thinking
yeah,
now.
it's still weird that the twins exist because they kind of did come out of nowhere. I mean, and then that Agatha did want them the whole time, like she was slowly trying to take them. But then at the end, all she took them for was to choke them and to use them as
Yeah,
collateral for Wanda giving her her powers. But I think there's definitely more to that. I think she was still trying to get the kids to give to Mephisto, but I just sound like a
yeah.
hopeless. But all
Again,
right,
after this episode, I mean, I'm just gonna keep my expectations low for stuff in the future because I had a lot of stuff I wanted to happen that didn't.
yeah,
It didn't, and that didn't affect my overall opinion of the show.
yeah,
It was more just like, oh, I wish I could have saw Magneto, or
yeah.
a
I
hint
know.
about the mutant gene, Reed Richards. There's a whole bunch of different stuff I
Yeah,
wanted to see, but doesn't affect my overall opinion of the show. But
it will
that's all I got to
come. It
say
will
on it.
come soon enough.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's gonna wrap it up.
Yeah. So that's WandaVision, guys.
All right. Thanks for listening.